What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to a Dynasty rebuild in college football 25. Today, we are going to rebuild a team that has not won a national title since 1869. Yes, 1869. A little over 150 years ago at this point. For those of you that know some college football history, today we are rebuilding the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They have had over the past few seasons not been the greatest of programs, as you can see on the screen now. 111 win season. They've been pretty steady there, and then everything kind of went to crap in 2016, 2015. I mean, even going back to 2013, they didn't have the greatest. A lot of ups and downs, 4-8, and then 2-9-4 consistent seasons with bowl games, and 6-7, 8-5, and then it doesn't look like they've had anything more than a 5-1 season since last year, where they eventually did make it to a bowl game. So today, my goal is to rebuild and bring back to glory the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. In this rebuild, my goal, of course, is to win at least one national championship. Seeing how it's been so many years. Rutgers currently plays in the Big Ten, so we're going to have some competition with the likes of Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon, Washington, USC. We're going to have competition, and unfortunately, where Rutgers is now, I do not believe the Scarlet Knights of Piscataway are going to compete. So what we're going to go through here, we're going to go ahead and rebuild our board and see what we need. We kind of need everything. Of course, this says we need a lot because it wants you to fill certain roster spots. So we're going to go ahead and go through. We're going to look at our roster right now. So let's go ahead and get into our roster. Okay, so we're in the roster. We're going to go ahead and look here. We have 3 quarterbacks. We have a sophomore and a freshman, both close in overall as our redshirted senior that is going to graduate this year. Let's look. If we look at Alani Shepard, Magician, Extender, I've played with him in another rebuild. He's pretty good. We may start him a few times this season, but I definitely think he's going to be a strong move going forward. And then we have the freshman right behind him, both field generals. Going over to our halfbacks, in the halfback position, we have a 90 overall in Kyle Manangai. I'm totally butchered that. He's a senior, so he's graduating this year. Behind him is a 79 overall junior, sophomore, and freshman. We kind of got some consistency, all elusive backs except for the freshman. He is a power back. Looking at our wide receiver core, one thing I've noticed in this game, speed is the killer. If you can get your fastest receiver, which it looks like Demir Miller will be that guy, our redshirted senior who does graduate this year, both of our top receivers do, so we're going to want to recruit some pretty good wide receivers. But if we can get Mr. Miller here on a nice either a fade route or something along those lines, and the second he beats his DB, if we can lob it to him, 9 times out of 10 from games that I have played, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown, unless he's in double coverage or something along those lines. Moving right along here, tight end position, we should probably look at some people. We have a blocking tight end as our starter. He's a senior, redshirt senior. Looks like he's going to be graduating this year. And then a vertical threat and a possession receiver. Our O-line, if I remember correctly, we do have some decent guys on this O-line. I think mainly at left tackle and center. They're not the greatest, but they are good for a start. There are some weak points, being those 70 overalls. Getting into our defensive line, 88 overall left end, 75 right end. But I think he is he the one that's 80 over here? No, different guy. D tackles, they're all pretty standard and average. Nothing that can compete with the likes of the Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and all the teams that I named at the beginning of this episode. Our cornerback speed, like I said with the wide receivers, having a fast wide receiver, if they can beat their cornerback or the safeties, they're threats. with our cornerbacks, they do have some pretty great speed. We might want to look at getting some faster ones, as we do have these two seniors that look like they may graduate this year, and then a junior that is also redshirted. So that's something we're going to want to look at as well. Maybe the free safety position, since we do have a senior. Strong safety, both of them are seniors. Kicker, we still got a year that we got to worry about that. Same with our punter. Kick returner, we currently have our fastest guy. He is a sophomore out of Valley Stream, New York. I would like to at least win the Big Ten, because this year in college football, all you have to do is make it onto the college football bracket. You don't have to win out your conference, though coming in second or third can help your chances of getting there. So if we can at least get to the Big Ten championship game or close to it, to where we can get in the top 12 teams. Of course, those do go to committee, kind of like how they did before with the 4 teams. But let's go ahead. I will set up the recruiting board, and we'll get back with you, and we'll continue to talk more about that. Okay, and we're back. We did go ahead and scout some of these guys. Looking at this power back here, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 87 carrying. We already offered him a scholarship. Definitely someone we want to look at. 89 speed wide receiver. His catching stats aren't the greatest, but we can definitely work on that, and that's something we definitely want to follow up on. Some of the other ones that we scouted here, this right tackle, and a lot of his blocking abilities are really high. This is definitely someone we would want to bring on. 4-star recruit out of Princeton. We got Fitu Ojomo out of Lancaster, PA. Pretty average stats for a right tackle. He's kind of like the follow-up in case we cannot land him. We can land Ojomo. If we can't land Norman, we can land Ojomo. Continuing on here with players, we have Scata. We have the right guard. Again, some pretty decent stats for a O-lineman. We did offer him a scholarship. Cameron Spears, again, solid guy. Offered him a scholarship. We did get scout him. He was a bust. Don't know if I want to stick with him, so I'm going to leave him on our board for now. Moving right down and along here, this cornerback, he was also a bust. He is on the slower side. He's an 88, which isn't terribly slow. Again, we're going to keep him on our list and keep an eye on him. We do have a 90 speed 3-star here that I definitely do want to keep an eye on. I think no, let's go ahead and we're going to offer him a scholarship, keep him on our board, and we were able to get him partially scouted here. Give me back here. Frank Adime, looking into scouting here. 82 speed. He's not terribly fast, but he is a zone cornerback. May not go with him and offer him a scholarship. And some of these other guys here, we did not get a chance to scout. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and advance. Let's look at our schedule first. I don't want to touch too much with the schedule because I don't want it to seem that I'm giving myself a lot of easy games, because our conference play to begin with is not easy. Virginia, UCLA, USC, Illinois is a solid team. It's not the greatest, but it's also not terrible. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and we're going to go into week 1. I will catch you there in our first game. All right, so we are in for week 1 against the FCS East. Let's go ahead. We're going to hop in. We're going to sim the game. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way for us to get in here, but we will definitely play the moments. For a few games, we're going to do it for the first game, and if we get into playoffs, we may go in and sim and get a play-by-play. So we're going to at least do this first game off, see how we're doing, and go from there. So we hop in here, 3rd and 6 on their 48. Here in the first quarter, we're going to go ahead. Let's look and see how we are on the run game. This will give us a good look at our offensive line and our running back. Like I said, our running back is a senior, redshirted senior, that is going to be leaving at the end of this season. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are so far in the game. We have waited 11 years for it, and here it is. Definitely has lived up to expectations. One downside to it, why does it feel like we're playing some like NFL cornerbacks when we're playing an FCS team? Like, there's no way that they should be picking off what they're picking off. But anyways, off of my rant, we're going to go ahead and continue and sim right through this as we are now in the red zone. Let's see how our red zone offense is. We're going to go ahead and line up here in a play action, see how it goes. I'm going to roll out. Let's see what we are like on speed. And come back. The Kier catch that. And he can't get his hands on it. The big tight end. He is a blocking tight end from what I can remember. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the run game. As it seems as our run game is pretty good. Let's go ahead here, see if we can. And I don't get any blocks. Nice. We're here on the play action. We're going to roll out of the pocket. Roll out of the pocket. Go upfield. Catch that. Nice catch. 4th down and 3. It's college. Who goes for field goals in college, right? So we're going to go ahead. I did call the run play. We're going to go ahead and audible out of this. See what we can get here. What I want to get is a feel of the quarterback, and that's got to be a touchdown. And it's not. Okay. So what I'm doing with the play of the moment here in the first season, while I am not the greatest player, I am trying to get a feel of how our players play, and see where we need improvements. So I know I like personally running. That was bad on me. I like running scrambling quarterbacks or at least playmakers where I can roll out of the pocket, extend the plays. And here we go for one of the hardest parts of this game is the field goal kicking. 52-yard field goal. Do I make that? Wow, I think that's the first one I made more than 20 yards away. But like I said, I'm just trying to get a feel for the team, see how they play, and get a feeling for how the game plays. I did have early access. I have been playing it since Monday when it came out for early access here. Go ahead, catch that. Okay. One thing we want to look at is probably definitely catching in traffic, as we only have a 3-point lead here going in 2 minutes from half. Of course, part of that is on me. Let's go ahead here. We'll audible out of that. We'll see if we can catch our wide receiver out here with a secure catch, and that's a touchdown for the Scarlet Knights. And one thing I like about this game, okay, he's already doing the dance, but I wanted to do the Heisman. They do have the Heisman. It's called Strike a Pose. Definitely one of my favorite celebrations in this game. So I will go ahead and come back with you here as we get down into the second half of the game, or if any other big plays happen before then. All right, here we go. Lob it, lob it, lob it. This is a touchdown, baby. Go for it, go for it. Oh, down at the 5. Man, those streak routes, man, are definitely. The second he beat his cornerback, he beat his guy. I threw it up to him, and massive gain here. Look at the replay on that. Lovely pass ball, beautiful ball, 64-yard pass. If I could have broke that defender there, the number 5 defender, I think that was definitely going to the house. And the Texas route always wins. And we're going to go ahead and strike a pose. Here we go. There he is. Here we go. Nice play. Touchdown, baby. All right, here we go. We're lining up on the 1-yard line. Let's go ahead. Walk that right in as he breaks off and brushes off a defender. So here we are, the last minute of the game on our own 3-yard line, 1st and goal. So I want to take this time at the end of this game. I'm sorry, their 3-yard line, not ours. 1st and goal. We're already up 38-10. We're going to go ahead and run it up some more. But I did want to take this time here to ask you guys, with College Football 25 coming out, I do have some ideas for different videos to do. I would like you guys go ahead in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys want to see and what Dynasty mode you guys are doing and what teams you're rebuilding. I know I've seen a few. Kennesaw State is definitely, as it seems, maybe the worst team in the game, not overall wise, but just in general with how, for any of you that played Road to Glory, you can almost be any star recruit and get a starting job there. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see, what things you guys are doing. This is just an overall, it's an amazing game. And I'm excited for what the future has to come on this. So we did win the game 45-10. We beat our FCS team as expected, probably by a little bit bigger of a margin than what I expected to. So we're going to go ahead, finish off week 1, and I'll probably advance until about mid of the season, or if any recruits commit in the meantime, and see how we are come middle of the season. I will see you guys then. Okay, and a few commits we have. We are on week 7 here. This is the week we play UCLA. I will show you guys our record here once we go down some commits we had. We do have Buck McQueen out of Staten Island, New York. 3-star cornerback did go ahead and verbally commit to us. I believe so far that is the only verbal commitment we have. We do have one other player, the 3-star Corbin. He has committed to Central Michigan. We did lose out on that battle with him. But we're going to go ahead here and show you our record so far. We are 4-2. We are not in the top 25. But if we go ahead here and look at our conference standing, we are currently 8th in the conference behind the like of Penn State and Ohio State. Kind of surprising, Nebraska is up there, but we do all have that tied conference record. If you do look there, we are all 2-1. USC's 3-1, and currently Oregon and Indiana are 3-0 in conference play. We did just start the conference portion of our schedule. I want to say maybe the last 2 weeks. So here's our 2-1. We beat Wisconsin 37-27, Nebraska 31-15. We lost to Washington by 3 points. We did lose by 1 point to, at the time was number 21, Virginia Tech. Now they're up to 15 in the AP top 25 poll. We did only lose by 1 point. So overall, this is a pretty solid team. We did have the 2 back-to-back losses. One was a conference opponent at home. One was against a top 25 team. We're going up against a 3-3 UCLA team. Next week we are going to be going against what's currently number 11 USC at 4-2, same record as us. One slightly better in the conference. So I'm going to go ahead and sim to the bye week here after these next 2 weeks, and I will catch back up with you guys. Okay, so coming out of the bye week, we did get a 4-star commitment from Thomas Norman, right tackle out of Princeton, New Jersey. Let's go ahead and take a look here and see how we made out over those last 2 weeks in conference play. Looking at the schedule, it looks like we may have lost both of those. Let's see how 1 point to UCLA and 2 possessions against USC, who is now ranked number 14 in the nation. Where did that drop us in conference standing? We are down now to 12th in conference standing with a 2-3 conference record. We're going to go ahead and sim through the rest of the season here, and I will be right back with you guys. Okay, so we're back at week 18. Let's go ahead and see. We finished 8-4, so we're definitely going to make it to a bowl game our first season. But we are not going to make it to the college football playoffs. Looking here, Georgia, Arizona, Kansas State, Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oregon, Florida State, Notre Dame with the number 1 seed. Well, not number 1 seed, but the number 1 ranking. Texas A&M, North Texas made it in with the 9th overall seed, and they will be playing Washington. So we're going to go ahead and advance through to our bowl game. If we want our bowl game, great. But of course, we're not here for bowl games. We are here for national championships. That is what we're here for. This is what we were here for in 1869, and that's what we're here for in 2025. Let's go ahead and advance up to our bowl game and hope for the best. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and unlock some recruiter skill trees and go through our bowl game. Okay, and our Heisman Award winner is Jalen Milroe, quarterback out of Alabama, wins the 2024 Heisman. I've seen Cade Klubnik be one of them, and we are going to be playing in the TransPerfect Music City Bowl against Arkansas. Okay, not a bad matchup. What we're going to do for that matchup, we are going to go ahead and do play the moments. So we can kind of play in the game, but at the same time not. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a final look at the college football bracket since the weekend is over. And it looks like everything's kind of stayed the same. The seeding has changed a little bit. Notre Dame's number 1 taking on Missouri. Missouri wasn't in there before, so that is new. North Texas stays in there, 13-0. I think, are they the only undefeated team? They are. North Texas is the only undefeated team to make it into the playoffs this year. I think they're going to lose the first round to Washington, but we're going to go ahead and play our bowl game here. Early National Signing Day. I don't know if there's a whole lot for us No one else has really done anything besides a cornerback. We do have some others that we are going after. Um, but we are going to go ahead and continue from there. Let's see what our job offers do look like. Not that we're going to take them, but Arizona State as a head coach, Baylor, and then some DC positions at other Big Ten schools. So let's go ahead. We're going to get into our bowl game against Arkansas. And here we are in the Transparent Music City Bowl against Arkansas. Um, as we come running out of the tunnel there. I love these intros that they added to this game. It definitely adds to the feel of the entire game. And here comes out Arkansas. The uniforms and everything look amazing in this game. I wish I would have set our uniforms to be our alternate, which are the all black, which are pretty nice looking. And all the uniforms that they do have into this game are awesome. I like BYU. They have a nice color combinations. Not every school has much more than home and away. But there are some that have multiple uniform combinations, which make for even more amazing looks in the field. They even just released. I'm recording this on a Saturday. They released yesterday or the day before their team builder website where you can create your own school. So we're gonna go ahead and yeah, maybe I'll do a build your own school rebuild. Those ones are pretty hard because you are starting bottom of the rung, and let's not allow a touchdown on the kickoff. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. Starting off strong in this bowl game, I guess. Man, I really hope I can block this, and we're not going to. So they put up 7 within the first 10 seconds of the game. I will cut back to you if anything else exciting like that happens. So I'll see you then. So getting ready to go in the second half here. The Razorbacks are up 14-0 on us. Our quarterback has thrown 2 interceptions, and we just got sacked for a loss of 10. Not the start we wanted to our bowl game, our first bowl game here as head coach. Granted, we are picking up from where the last coach left off. And the big tight end caught that, picking up 15 on the play after being hit while throwing the ball from our quarterback. He did somehow manage to throw it off, and the tight end made a beautiful play on the ball. Go ahead here. Get a possession catch on that for the first down. We're going to go ahead and try and do a speed up, hurry up offense here as we are winding down the clock into the end of the first half here. Trying to get some sort of points on the board as we try and we get picked off. It is not the Music City Bowl. This is the Pick City Bowl. And we take a devastating loss, 31-19, against the Arkansas Razorbacks in the TransPerfect Music City Bowl. But that's not a problem, as we plan on bouncing back next season, hopefully competing or being in at least the top 5 of the Big Ten Conference. So I will go ahead and see you guys when we get into preseason next season. And I would like to say we are back from the end of the postseason here. But I would like to show our running back, the 90 overall senior, did go 4th overall. And then we had our left tackle, left end, and right outside linebacker all go in the 6th round. So that will help our pro potential factor in trying to recruit players to come to Rutgers and play for the Scarlet Knights. So here we are in transfer portal season. We're going to go ahead and look through and see here what players are out there that would like to play for the Scarlet Knights and fill any positions we may need from the transfer portal. I'd like to see if we can get some cornerbacks that are looking to transfer from these smaller schools. For some reason, it looks like, it's because our board is full of different players. Looks like we do have a race going for a lot of these guys. This one we're getting blown away on, so let's go ahead and close that one out. Slight lead. He's locked us. Let's go ahead. They locked us out. Let's go ahead and remove all these locks here, because I do have it on. Sometimes I have it on automatic. Sometimes I have it on manual scouting. So we're going to go ahead here, look at the transfer portal. We're going to add some prospects to our list now that we opened up about 6 spots. And we still have about 14 scholarships remaining. Let's go ahead and see here who would like to play for the Scarlet Knights. Let's see, any cornerbacks out there looking to transfer? We got a 4-star recruit out of Syracuse that is looking to come here. He's going to be on our board here. And we're going to scout some of these guys. Let's see what we have in the offensive line position. Let's look at tackles. Any tackles? We got a 4-star out of Notre Dame looking to transfer. We got him up on our board. Center. Got one out of Georgia Southern. I don't know if we want to go for him. Let's look at some of the top prospects out there in any position. Most of these may be quarterback. Free safety out of Ohio State. A lot of these guys already are down to their next few schools. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go back to the recruiting board and see what we have going on with these players. Let's see here. So they should be at the bottom of the list here. This right tackle, Emil Wagner out of Yellow Springs, Ohio. He is a junior transfer. Let's go ahead and scout this guy up. He is 100% scouted. Right tackle position, 80 pass block finesse, run block, strength. This guy is a strong candidate. We're going to go ahead and offer him. We're going to send the house. Sending the house is one of my favorite options to do. Of course, with the limited amount of resources, it's probably not the smartest idea, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. Unfortunately, we don't know a lot about him, so we're going to go ahead and take a guess that he likes coach stability. We're going to go ahead and bring him in on that. Let's look here at the cornerback out of Huntsville, North Carolina, the transfer junior. 92 acceleration, 89 agility, 88 speed, overall solid cornerback. We're going to go ahead and offer him a scholarship. And we're going to send the house on him too, and we will go ahead and schedule a visit for the week 3. We're going to hold off on scheduling a visit for him, actually. I would like to know more about you. Here's another cornerback. We're going to go ahead and scout him up. 91 speed, 95 acceleration. We definitely need to go after Jaden Bellamy, 5th in his position right now. I don't think we do know some about him, so let's go ahead and bring him in on a visit for proximity to home, as he is out of New Jersey, one of our top pipeline states. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to send the house on him, and we're going to let's go ahead and we'll DM him. What's going on, bro? You know, come play for the Scarlet Knights. We got big things in the work here. Let's go ahead. Let's check on this halfback here, because we got to try and replace that talent that we that just got drafted by in the 4th round to the NFL, and make up for it. You know, we are trying to win a championship, and that by all means is what we are going to do. Let's go ahead and scout him up here. This strong safety, Jalen Strokes, 92 speed, 92 acceleration. Play recognition could be better. Awareness could be better. Zone coverage could be better, but that's something we can work on. He is a transfer. He would be a junior. We're going to send the house on him, and we don't have enough hours, so we're just going to text friends and family, and then DM the player and search his social media. Let's go ahead here. We're going to go ahead and advance a week and see how we made out. All right, so we went ahead and advanced a week here. We're going to go ahead and check out some of these players that we are recruiting. Let's go ahead and schedule a visit with you. Week 3, he wants to be a championship contender. Not a problem, because that's all we're going to be doing here is going after natties. Let's go ahead and check on some of our transfer players, see how they are doing here. Let's go ahead, look down through. We have some stuff on him. We can go ahead and schedule a visit. Week 3, he wants to be a championship contender, but we may sell him on our pro potential. We're already sending the house. No, we're not. Let's give him a soft sell. We don't have enough hours. Let's go ahead and remove DM. We'll give him a soft sell on our institution. We're going to want the one that at least has pro potential and champ contender. He doesn't care too much about program tradition, which is fine because we don't have a lot of program tradition. Let's go ahead here. Cade McConnell, field general. Not bad. Pretty decent throw power, decent throw accuracies. Not the fastest. Let's go ahead and schedule a visit for you. You like pro potential and playing time. Let's go ahead and get you playing time. We're going to give you on a position meeting. And next week, we may look at hard selling you. We can't soft sell this week. Actually, we can. Let's go ahead and stop DMing him. We'll go ahead and give him give him the soft sell. He wants brand exposure, pro potential, and playing time. Now we just need to find which one that is. One of these should be it. There we go. Starter. Go ahead and give him the soft sell here. And we already got him scheduled on a visit. Let's move along here to some of the other players that we are looking at. Garcia, we're going to go ahead and schedule a visit now that we know what he wants. He wants pro position and location to home. He is from Catawissa, PA. Go ahead here. Got him scheduled. Let's see what Stokes looking like. Let's schedule you a visit here, Jalen. And you like conference prestige, which, guess what? We play the second biggest conference in college football behind the SEC. So we got potential, a lot of it. We already got a visit scheduled on you. Do we have enough to give you a hard sell? We absolutely do. So let's go ahead and we're going to send the house. We already got a visit scheduled on you. So let's go ahead and give you the hard sell here for conference prestige, playing style, and proximity to home. If I can find which one you are, would be great. Boom. It's game time. We'll go ahead and give him the hard sell as we proceed down this list. Let's go ahead and scout some of these other guys here. Wide receiver with pretty fast speed and acceleration, pretty decent catching. We're going ahead and we'll extend him a contract. Not a contract, I'm sorry, a scholarship here. And we'll send a house on him. Looking up here, left end. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but we just did. Let's go ahead and scout him up. Hopefully he's not a bust. Not bad at all. We'll send a house on you. Don't have enough hours, so we're kind of stuck where we are. I'm going to offer a contract to some of these other... I'm going to go ahead and offer a contract just so we can use up these points. Do a couple other guys on our list so we can try and build up our prospect list. So we're going to advance into next week, see how we made out commitment-wise. And we got a 4-star cornerback in Jaden Bellamy to commit. That is great news to hear. We are making our way up on some of these other players. Getting ready for our second season. That was not good. I just skipped without working on them. Deontay Smith out of East Highland Park, Virginia, strong safety committed. D tackle Teray French out of Brooklyn, New York is committed. And it looks like we may be out of the race for some of these other guys here. Partly my mistake. We'll go ahead and check our... Oh, and we're out. Let's check National Signing Day. I don't think we have that great of a list. Not at all. No. And the rest of our other lists has committed elsewhere. For the most part. So let's go ahead and look at position changes. I don't think we got any athletes to look at or any of these players that I would consider putting into a different position. Yeah, I think everyone's pretty much decent where they are. Unfortunately, our overalls and everything did go down this season. So let's go ahead, hop in and check and see how we made out as we advance through National Signing Day. Okay, so here we are in the 2025 season. Let's go ahead and take a look at our team schedule quick. As you saw there, we are going to be playing Ohio in week 1, FCS Northwest Sharks, Purdue, and we're getting right into it. This year we play Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, and Washington, all of which are currently ranked opponents in our conference. So this season is going to be a trials and tribulation season for Rutgers. As we try and navigate our way to hopefully win a national title. Our overalls have not necessarily improved this season, so I don't think this will be much of a season to brag about. But we're going to go ahead and continue on through here and see what we have at the end of the season. And if any major recruiting updates happen, I will let you guys know. So simulating halfway through the season, we are currently 4-4. Looking at the CFB Top 25, we obviously aren't in it based on our record, but let's see how we have done on our schedule. Obviously, we've lost and won half of our games. Opening up the season with a loss against Ohio, going on a 4-game winning streak against the FCS school Purdue, Minnesota, Illinois, losing to Eastern Michigan, losing by 2 to Penn State, losing by 4 to Ohio State. Going into next week, looks like we have a ranked Maryland, a ranked Oregon, a ranked Iowa, and a ranked Washington. Strength of schedule wise, this has been a tough season in the Big Ten, and we may have to consider changing conferences, but I don't want to do that as our goal is to rebuild the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I do not want to change their conference. This conference is one of the two top conferences that you would want to be in as a college football sports program in Division I football. And this is a rivalry game, so I'm going to go ahead and see here if we can jump in and get a play-by-play simulation going. We'll get to play the moments on this rivalry game against the Terps here in College Football 25. All right, lining up here. Start the last 2 minutes of the first half. We are currently down 17-0 as we try and catch them on the crossing route. And a big explosion there from the D-back. This is not how we would want this to turn out. Playing number 19, Maryland. And that throw gets batted down before it can make it to the receiver. 3rd and 10 on our 25. Let's see if we can go ahead and run it out. Gain some yards. Hopefully the first down. And I think we have to go for it here. It is 4th and 1. We're down by 17, and it's almost the end of the first half. I don't think we should punt this away. Of course, they're going to be ready for it with the blitz, but let's go ahead and see what we got going. And we get the first down. We get the block. We get a nice open field, nothing but turf ahead. Let's go ahead and celebrate on them. And in for the touchdown. Rutgers cuts the lead 17-10. So we come out here 3rd and 1 with about a minute left in the third. Maryland, even after our big pickup of a touchdown there, is up 31-7. Let's go ahead and try and see if we can get something going in this jet sweep. At least get the first down, which we do, bringing us out to the 41-yard line. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Okay, so we did end up losing to Maryland. The final score being 35-24. So we did have a slight comeback there at the end. Wasn't enough to put us over the edge. We do go into Oregon, Iowa, and Washington still. We are going in with a 4-5 record. Now I may have to do an episode 2. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get it, and I think we're getting close to about 30-45 minutes on the runtime of this video. But I think we might do a second episode to see how we make out in this Dynasty. I'm going to go ahead and sim up until week 15, the Army-Navy game week, see how we did, go from there. So, coming out of week 15, let's go ahead and look at the CFB Top 25. Ohio State, USC, TAMU is in there. Iowa's still up there, as well as Washington, Oregon. What were some shockers? I saw Troy is in here, Southern Miss. Tulane's pretty high up there. Some teams that you just don't expect, and that's the lovely thing about college football. So currently, we did end the season final record of 6-6. 5-4 in conference, ending up 9th. Ohio State did end up winning out of the conference. We go ahead here and look at the CFP bracket. Let's see what it looks like before the championship games. No big surprise there. A lot of big schools: UNC, Florida State, Ohio State, Kansas, USC, Tulane, Clemson, Georgia, Maryland, Oklahoma, TAMU, and Oregon are all in the college football playoff. Unfortunately, we did not make it because of the strength of our team. Let's go ahead here and advance through and see if we get a bowl game. And advancing through the end of our college conference plays, Cade Klubnik did win the 2025 Heisman Trophy, quarterback out of Clemson. Let's see if we did get an invitation to a bowl game. I know we did end 6-6, and we do against the Fresno State Bulldogs. We will be playing in the LA Bowl hosted by Gronk. So we'll go ahead and sim through that and see how we come out. They are 8-4. They aren't ranked, but we'll go ahead and take a look here at what the final CFP bracket looks like after championship weekend. Boise State made their way in there, but other than that, it looks relatively unchanged. Maryland's in there. Florida State moved up the ranks. USC's still in. TAMU, Oregon, Kansas State, Georgia, Ohio State. They're all in the playoffs this season. So we're going to go ahead. I'm curious to see what job offers we have. Not that we're going to take them. Offensive coordinators, head coach position at Texas is up for grabs. A 4.5-star program, Hook 'em Horns, and offensive coordinator for the Utah Utes. Let me know in the comment section below. My goal is to keep on this Rutgers Dynasty rebuild. Hopefully, only a 2-episode series. And we're going to go ahead and advance here through our bowl game against Fresno State. Looking here, it looks like we may have won. We did. We won the LA Bowl. So in 2 seasons, we did win. I'm sorry. In our 2 seasons here, we have won 1 bowl, lost another, one against a ranked opponent. So I think that is going to do it for this episode, so to say. Hopefully in the next episode, we are able to take the Scarlet Knights to the college football playoffs. This video, I do plan on coming up probably Sunday, and the next episode will hopefully be up Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday of this week. If you are watching it when it releases, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this content. I would like to do more for you guys, but just let me know. I do live streams as well, and I do have some plans for some what ifs, like what if all the previous college football champions were to play against each other in a new playoff format. That's something I would have to work on in getting the rosters into this game and the teams into this game. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see. And also let me know what is your guys' favorite thing so far about college football 25. So with that said, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.